you guys, it's Hunter at Shelf by Shelf, and today I'm at the yoga studio doing a quick talk before I go in. But it's about my method of predicting the National Book Award. I have notes, so I didn't forget. I spend all year preparing for my predictions for the National Book Award, and I start by my beginning of the year prep. My beginning of the year prep is I look at the Millions is a website. I'll link it below in the thing, in the little box. And they release a list for their most anticipated books of the year, and at the beginning of each year, and then they do a monthly one. And I just look through those books every month, and I comb through and I look up reviews for all the books, and I list all the ones that have star reviews from Kirkus and have great reviews from the New York Times as they come out and stuff. And that's one way that I kind of make note. And I just, like I said, the checklist for Kirkus. And I also look at a lot of indie presses. I look at a lot of indie presses because those are the ones that people miss out on all the time. People miss out on indie presses, and then they're like, well, that's strange. I didn't know that one was there. So that's fun. That's exciting. When the judges are announced, this is the point where I tend to see. I look at the judges. I look at what they've written. I try to see what books they're interested in, because what the judges are interested in is kind of probably what's going to be close to what they choose as their long list finalists. So that's helpful. And I also look at the current climate, the current political climate and stuff like that, because the selections are representative of that every year. So that's a note. I also just kind of see what's being buzzed about. This year, Red at the Bone by Jacqueline Woodson. Obviously, I don't know, it's probably going to be The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead, On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong, Trust Exercise by Susan Choi, right? Nema, Sarah Blake. All these books are books that are kind of Disappearing Earth. They're all books that are being buzzed about. They're all being talked about. And so I think that's the key, is just kind of figuring out what's being buzzed about. And also you can't choose on your likability of a book. You have to kind of go off of its literary merit. And so you can't just say, well, this book was fun and exciting. This was like The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, because while it's a fun book, it's more commercial. Whereas something like Ocean Vuong's On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous, the construction of the novel itself is brilliant and the writing is beautiful. You could argue that it's overwritten, it's from a poet's, it just depends, but it is a really smartly constructed novel. Nema is beautifully written, has very thoughtful, thought-provoking ideas. That's kind of what you're looking for. So that's kind of those are just a couple quick little things about how I look up and decide what I think will win. And I'll tell you now, last year I predicted 5 out of 10 on the long list, and I'm very proud of that. So that's that's how I do that. If that's helpful at all, let me know. Let me know which books you think will make the long list for the National Book Award. Let me know what you think is going to make the short list. And I'm excited to discuss it with you. All right, bye.